Hello students, welcome to class. Today we are going to continue revenue. So in this revenue chapter, we are going to continue with relationship between average revenue and marginal revenue, relationship between total revenue and marginal revenue, when price falls with rise in output. Let's see now. Let's start with the relationship between average revenue and marginal revenue, when price falls with rise in output. Yes, now, when firms can increase their volume of sales, how? Only by decreasing the prices, that is under imperfect competition. So what will happen? The average revenue, yes, then that AR falls with increases in sales. Yes, so the revenue from every additional unit, that is your marginal revenue, will be less than average revenue. So what will happen? Both average revenue and marginal revenue curve slopes downward from left to right. Fine. Now, this relationship can be understood, yes, with the table as well as with the figure. Now, in this table, the first column denotes about units sold, second column is average revenue, third column is the total revenue, and the fourth one is the marginal revenue. Now, see, both marginal revenue and average revenue falls with increases in output. Yes, just look at when the output increases from 1 to 5, average revenue and marginal revenue falls with increases in output. Marginal revenue falls at a rate more than that of, yes, the rate of average revenue. So what it tells you, marginal revenue falls more than the rate of fall in the average revenue. Yes, so what will happen? The MR curve is steeper than the average revenue. Yes, so the MR curve is steeper than the AR curve. Both MR is limited to one unit, but the AR is derived by all the units. So what will happen? It leads to comparatively lesser falls in average revenue than fall in marginal revenue. Yes, so MR curve can be 0 or it will be like a negative. Yes, but while the AR remains positive. Yes, so this is a relationship between average revenue and marginal revenue. Relationship between total revenue and marginal revenue when price falls with rise in output. See, when more unit of output can be sold only by lowering the prices. So what will happen? The revenue from every additional units, that is the MR, will falls. When MR is addition to total TR, when more units of output is sold. So what will happen? The TR will increases when MR is positive, TR will fall when MR is negative, and TR will be maximum when MR is 0. Yes, so the relationship can be understood with the schedule as well as with the diagram. As it is in the schedule, the first column denotes about units sold, second column is the average revenue, third one is the total revenue, and the fourth column is the marginal revenue. Now, TR curve, so in a diagram, the TR curve rises, okay, as long as what will happen? The MR is positive. It reaches its highest point of A. Yes, when MR is 0, that is at point B, and it starts declining when MR becomes negative. Yes, now just look at, as long as MR is positive, TR increases. That is when TR rises when MR is positive. When MR is 0, TR is at its maximum point. That is, or when TR is maximum, MR is 0. When MR becomes negative, TR starts falling. Or when the TR falls, MR is negative. So this is a relationship between TR and MR. Let us quickly recall what we studied in this chapter. First, we have discussed meaning of revenue. What is a revenue? Revenue refers to the amount received by the firm from sale of a given quantity of a commodity in the market. Then we have discussed about the concepts of revenues, like what are the concepts of revenue? Total revenue, average revenue, and marginal revenue. And then we have discussed about relationship between average revenue and marginal revenue, relationship between total revenue and marginal revenue when price remain constant, and then relationship between again average revenue and marginal revenue, relationship between total revenue and marginal revenue when price falls and with rise in the output. Yes? Thank you.